Okay, so what was it like growing up in Queens? All right, so I grew up in the 50s, and in Queens, your neighborhood was your street. So if I lived on 33rd Street, if I wandered off to 32nd or 34th Street, I was like in a different neighborhood. And actually, people want to know what I was doing there. It's crazy. All right, so one thing I love saying about growing up in New York in that time, it's West Side Story without the dancing. And it was like that. There was little small cliques and there were gangs, and you just had to be careful where you wandered into. But it was still a fun place to grow up in. Lots of sports, lots of opportunity to play sports. We had 3 baseball teams in New York at the time, and to this day we could argue who was better between Duke Snyder, Willie Mays, or Mickey Mantle, and my favorite, Mickey Mantle. All right, so you asked me, how did I get into golf? Actually, I played baseball all my life, so I just thought it would be a natural thing to follow from baseball into golf. That is not true. Baseball swing totally does not work in a golf swing. What I do is a financial advisor. Oh, Peter DeGiralamo. Peter D, remember that, Peter D.
My name is Chris Eck. I work over at Google as an account executive, and I'm from Fairfield, Connecticut. Lacrosse was my life up until, it still is. I still love it, still watch it. Picked it up officially in 7th grade and just immediately fell in love with it. Ended up playing at Colgate, and then ended up getting drafted, playing professionally for about 7 years for the Boston Cannons, and ended up playing in 2014 for Team USA. I'm still very much a part of that game, but after playing for 20 plus years, you enjoy competition, whether that's with other people or yourselves. So golf fills that void for me. It's been a good outlet for me, and something I've really poured a lot of my kind of time, energy, and passion into, in particular over the last year.
It's a good thing we're not playing against each other.
I played lacrosse my whole life. And then 7 surgeries on my knees and feet later, they basically said, stop doing that, pick up golf. So bought my first set of clubs in January this year. So trying to figure out the game. I've always swung a club, but never.
I love an opportunity to play a new course.
Same.
I signed up for some deal that they had that you could buy a couple of dozen and get your name put on. So here I am playing the Vice Pro Soft Neon. They actually taste pretty good too, by the way. Well, you can't tell now, but I usually hit it further than I'm hitting it today. And I like the feel off the putter. It's very nice. It's a softer feel, but yet I don't have to swing hard at the ball. And when I putt, whenever you swing hard, you lose your line.
The first time I heard of it was from my dad. He's the guy who introduced me to the game of golf, so he suggested that I check him out. Did some digging, watched some YouTube videos on kind of reviews on balls, as well as checked out Golf Digest and everything else that you could think of. And from what I could tell, it's no different than anything else out there, except that it was just half the price. So for someone who's going to lose a lot of balls when they're first starting, it's all about reps. Vice was a good choice for me.
Nice ball, put it right down the fairway.
Vice ball feels to me no different than anything else that I played, which is great. I'm sure as I'll continue to progress, I'll start to understand the feeling a bit more. But yeah, I love them. I got them for all my groomsmen at my wedding. Put their initials on it or some sort of inside joke for all them, as well as my dad. So again, great gift, and just something I continue to love. We're across the river over in Jersey. Liberty National's over there. New York City is right over there. You can see the World Trade Center. Yeah, just a quick 20-30 minute taxi from the city. I lived all over, I'd say the US, if you want to say, of the world. Was out in London for a little bit. Went to Colgate, upstate New York for college. Got my first job in consulting, and then been here about 4.5, 5 years. I mean, New York's the greatest city in the world for a reason. It's incredible, especially when you're in your 20s, and you start to think about how you can still be a part of this city or a city like this as you progress in your life and your career.